Of colour in the cheeks.
He's having it, isn't he? James Holder, Rifle TV, in association with Macklin's Jim Marbella. We're at the press conference today for WBO World Champion Liam Smith defending against Saul Canelo Alvarez, September 17th in Dallas. Absolute massive fight. And with me, I've got the face of Maxi Muscle, looking very, very trim. Have you signed some sort of nutrient deal? What's going on?
James, you're too kind.
I'm looking quite trim. I've got to say, if we could get your picture from from 6 years ago when we first started doing it,
I didn't fit in frame 6 years ago.
And then cut it into now, you wouldn't think it was the same man.
I appreciate your nice comments, James.
What's the trick to looking trim, mate?
Training.
Share me and Cougar.
Training and not eating crap. Unfortunately, there's no shortcuts for it.
There's no shortcuts,
which I found out the hard way because
I
used to go up and down like a yo-yo.
No shortcuts and no cheesecake, coincidentally.
No, unfortunately not. Plenty of curry last week though.
I bet. We'll come on to your Delhi exploits in a minute. I want to talk about the champ, Liam Smith, taking on Canelo Alvarez. Massive fight. Big respect and big cojongas, Liam Smith, for taking this. Talk to me about it. Break it down.
Well, I mean, he's the champ, and as Liam just said, he's wanted the big fights not just since he won a title, but well before then. I remember he had a fight a few years back, and I'll never forget. He won it looking really, really good, and he came out the ring and he looked miserable, and I just told him to cheer up. But he said, "I want the big fights," and my dad's delivered it for him. And no one's doubting Liam's ability whatsoever in this, and doubting the fact that he fully deserves to be on this stage. It's down to him to prove that he belongs there, and I firmly believe he will go out there and do himself proud, and I think he'll come home a winner. Technically he's the best this country's got, one of the best this country's got. As Joe Gallagher said, of the world champions, he's definitely up there with, in the top 2 or 3 that we've got from this country. British boxing's never been riding as high as it is now, and no one better to go abroad and fly the flag than Liam Smith. And it's a huge event, and I hope this is where he belongs.
Joe Gallagher actually made some interesting comments today. Always quite vocal with and opinionated as always. And from the media point of view, he's great. He seems that he demands that the press go out and give Liam Smith the respect that he deserves. You've seen other world champions get front page spreads and coverage and this and that. And sometimes Liam Smith seems to go under the radar. Do you think he'll get the respect he deserves for stepping up to face Canelo?
Yeah, I mean, this isn't just a huge boxing event. This is a huge sporting event. You've got the best boxer on the planet, or the most recognised fighter on the planet in Alvarez, he is challenging Liam Smith for a world title. So it demands the respect that Joe was talking about, and I hope the editors of the papers and the other media outlets such as yourself. I was trying to find a nice way of saying it.
Internet dudes.
Internet cadets. You guys make sure you're all there and backing Liam in what is a tall order, but one that he can do, and one that I feel he will pass.
I want to talk a little bit about the Indian connection, the main man, the Vijender Singh in Delhi, for what looked to be an unbelievable experience in itself. I want to apologise that me and Coogan, we couldn't be out in Delhi. Obviously, Coogan was being an extra in the film.
It's Francis Singh.
He had a bit of acting work to do, so we can only apologise for that. But how was the experience, and how pleased are you with the overall sort of the way things went?
Well, I mean, I've been over to Delhi, to India, different regions of India, from Mumbai and Chandigarh and Haryana a few times now, and it gets better and better every time. And the following for boxing is getting better and better and bigger. Vijender's a huge star over there from what he did in the amateurs, and particularly the Olympics. When
you say bronze. Huge star, put it in comparison to me. Who would it compare with, say,
He's a David Beckham of India. It's a huge following he gets. He gets more press coverage than any sportsman in this country, by a long way. And on paper, with the amount of people that the column inches he gets, the internet coverage he gets, the internet dudes that cover him, he's up there in the top 2 or 3 most popular boxers on the planet, and that's just a fact. The amount of following he gets, the amount of coverage he gets. In terms of the boxing experience and the promotion out there, it was brilliant. It's a completely unique environment out there. It's hustle and bustle, and it's hot and humid and quite difficult to work in, but it worked, and we made it work, and Vijender delivered big time on the night.
He got a point to win over Kerry Hope, is that right? I'm reading the fight reports. It was a good fight.
Well, you've not watched it?
I haven't watched it yet. I can't watch everything. I was in
You
Wales.
call yourself a journalist. You're not even following it.
I was in Wales filming on the BoxNation card.
No, you're in a film, mate. You're in a film. Pursuing personal interests. That's just not what it's about.
Doing a bit of extra work as well.
Well, no, I mean, in terms of the fight, I thought he was going to get him out of there early, but Kerry come back well in the third round, and Vijender had a few problems with his training camp, and he had to sort of be economical with his efforts throughout the fight. Power was there, but I suppose the combinations weren't quite there. But he did what he had to do. He's never been past 4 rounds before Saturday night, and he got taken to points and won on points. Gets him a top 15 ranking with the WBO, and we'll be looking to continue that climb up the rankings with a fight against a fellow top 15er. I've got one eye on another Australian. And also maybe against for the Commonwealth title against Luke Blackledge. I think that's a good fight.
That'd be a great fight.
I spoke to Steve Wood, and he's yet to come back to me, so I'll give him a call later on. But you say there's no rush, but there's a bit of urgency about it, because it is something that the ball needs to keep rolling. Commercially, it's a huge, very successful already, and a huge opportunity for everyone involved, in particular Vijender, and I firmly believe that 12 to 18 months' time, he'll challenge for a world title.
When will you be back in Delhi? Is there any plans going forward from here? Can you let it out of the bag? What's going on?
There's no point in keeping secrets in promotions. We'd love to go back there in October, November. I think that his next fight would be in Delhi. There's talks about coming back and doing something perhaps in the UK next year, sort of Leicester, Birmingham. We've been touted around. We're very friendly with Keith Vaz, who's one of the MPs in Leicester, and got connections with Leicester City Football Club, so that's perhaps an option. And we've got our friend from Bolton, Mr. Khan, sending some tweets out yesterday about Vijender.
What did he say? I missed that.
So be careful what you wish for, lad, because we've talked about it. So
Khan v Vijender, that
Khan
could be
v
a big
Vijender,
fight. Could be a big fight.
Weight categories seem to have gone out the window at the moment with boxing, so if it can be made, we will make it, and it will be a huge event.
Have you touched base with Amir Khan about this? Is he receptive to the idea?
I've had some chats with some members of his team. Obviously, Amir has talked about it himself last year when he was doing some charity work in India. So it's something that it's a potential fight, and a potentially huge event. It's India against Pakistan, which as we all know will be. Not just a sporting event, but that's a global event.
Could be a war.
Don't say that, James. Don't say that, James. My security costs will go through the roof.
I mean the actual fight, not out of the fight.
It's going to be if that we can pull it off. But putting the sensible hat back on in the short term, that fight's a little way away. I think Amir was talking about fighting Conor McGregor today, so I'm not sure what he wants to do. So it's obviously a little way off, but. The likes of Blackledge, Zach Dunn, there's a few other guys at super middleweight in the UK that I think that Vijender's more than capable of mixing it with.
Singh Khan definitely sounds like a big fight to me.
Singh Khan.
Before we go, let's just ask our Indian representative, our representative of India, what do you think about Singh Khan?
What are you doing, you weirdo? I'm Sri Lankan. I've no thoughts on this fight until it gets made, Francis.
Fair enough, absolutely fair enough.
Can't argue with that, thank you very much.
Cheers, James.